Hello everyone, Crash here, this is RTA Motorsports, and today we're going to be going into the Zotac Capsule Emergency Battery Pack for the Oculus Quest 2. Here we go.
Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Alright everyone, so if you have not seen my Oculus Quest 2 review for sim racing, I'm going to post it down below so that way you could all check it out. This ever-evolving headset is getting even more features, evolving even further. We're going to have to revisit that video. I think some things are actually going to be pretty exciting for that. But one of the questions I get quite often is the Oculus Quest 2, how long can you actually sim race for when you're streaming your PC content to it and you have no cables on you? You're actually enjoying the standalone VR headset, your head's just flowing in the wind. How long can you actually enjoy the internal battery pack for? Can you do endurance races or anything like that? Well, I can't just answer that question as a simple yes or no. And that's when Zotac actually reached out to me and they sent this capsule emergency power bank for the Quest 2 here. We're gonna test it. We're gonna see exactly how long can we get on just the internal Quest 2 battery, and then we're gonna plug this in and we're gonna see how long we can get with this power bank. Now, again, as a disclaimer, Zotac did send this to me, but it's not gonna affect my review at all. I actually was very honored that they were able or even considered sending me a product like this, because this is actually something you all ask me quite often and gave me the opportunity to actually test this internal battery, see if it's even able to do a full race on just straight battery. If you actually seen any of my past live streams with the Oculus Quest 2, I always use virtual desktop and stream the footage through. I never really used a link cable, but I always have a cable going to a high amperage charger that I have for it. So that way I never lose battery. I never want that risk of actually losing battery in the middle of a race or in the middle of a live stream. So it actually gave me the opportunity to test that and then also test a product like this and see, can I do a whole live stream without any cables? Because really, when I'm sim racing by myself and I'm not using a live stream and I'm just doing like a 45-minute race, I race without anything attached to the headset. And honestly, that is the best experience. Not having anything tethered to you, it's weird. You do feel this sort of immersion to it because you don't feel like you're tied to anything. Can this still give me that abilities while actually doing longer sessions? We're gonna go into that in just a moment, but first, let's check out what's inside the box. So the Zotac box actually arrived from Amazon, small little packaging. I was extremely excited when I saw the size of this packaging. Just means there's gonna be a small little battery on the inside. And you do get a few accessories with this. The first one being, of course, you do have a charger cable. The only thing is it's not a Type-C cable. We'll go into that a little bit more in a little bit. You do get a user manual. Look how small this thing is. There's a little tutorial video with a QR code on the back, but this thing is just straight to the point. It's just a battery bank. I mean, how much can you actually say? And then you get this little card along with this angle adapter. This is like a 90-degree angle adapter. We'll go into why you would need that. And this card here tells you exactly how you should be using that 90-degree angle adapter. You basically don't want the battery dangling from it. You don't have to use this 90-degree adapter, but it does have a pretty cool function we'll go into in just a moment. And then lastly, inside the box, you do have the Zotac power bank here, and it does have that USB Type-C cover on it. At the bottom of this unit, just to go over the unit here, you do have a USB charge port there. The main port for power delivery is this USB Type-C. It's actually kind of a longer, maybe it is a standard size. I was gonna say that prong kind of looks like maybe it's a little bit longer, but it is not. And then you do have an LED activity light. When you charge it or it's discharging, it does turn on. And then you have the logo here with this black and yellow theme going on as an emergency capsule for what it is. Alrighty, so let's get this thing attached to the Quest 2 and let's actually see how it works. Okay, so to attach it to the Quest 2, it's extremely simple. It is what it is. It's just a power bank. There's nothing too technologically crazy going on here. You have your USB Type-C on the back here. And let me try to get this in a position where you could all see. You have the USB Type-C on the side here. You just take it. It doesn't matter which way the logo is facing, and you plug it in, and now it's supplying the headset some power. If you do want to use, in this case, the Quest 2, we do have a headphone jack right next to the power plug there. So if you want to use your your headphone jack, that's when you're going to want to connect your 90-degree angle. So let's take that out and let's see exactly how that works and how much clearance we get. Now the card that comes with it states to make sure the battery is on top of the 90-degree connector, and we'll go over that in just a second, what that means. So you plug this 90-degree connector in. There it goes. It's nice and snug. And now the Zotac is going to go right on the top there. There we go. And it's actually pretty solidly in there. You can see I'm jiggling it around and nothing's happening. But we do now still have access to our headphone jack. So if you're sim racing and you have some really nice headphones, like I do have some pretty nice Sennheisers back there that I like to use, I can still plug them in here and everything will run off the headset itself. Or if you want to use the internal headphones that are built into the headset, you're more than welcome to do so. Just now we have access to this headphone jack. I know a few reviewers were saying that they didn't have, I don't know if this was an older version, but they didn't have access to the headphone jack, but we have more than ample room to our headphone jack there. The one thing you don't want to do is take this whole thing, that one clips in there pretty solidly, and you don't want to hang it like that. Now you can see it is holding in place, but this battery will eventually fall out. This is not the way to mount it. That's what that little card was stating there. Okay, so let's get this thing on the rig and let's get down to brass tacks. Does this actually perform? Is it actually worth the money? It's not too bad in price right now. I think it's around 25 bucks on Amazon, 22 to 25 bucks. I kind of see it go on sale kind of often. You definitely, I'll post my Amazon affiliate link down below. If you purchase it through there, you'll be helping out my channel as well as being able to get it for normal price. You're not going to pay anything extra by going through my affiliate link, but you will be helping out the channel here. But it is commonly on sale. And there's right now also an additional like 5% off coupon. I'm not really sure. Definitely check it out at the time you're watching this video. But it's a power bank. Let's get it connected. Let's get the actual times and let's see how it performs. All right, here we go. All right, everyone, we got the faux crash setup going right now. And the reason why we're kind of doing it this way was I didn't want there to be any contamination of variability at all. So no extra head movements in one race versus another. Different things happen. I wanted to be able to control everything. So we got the Oculus Quest 2 set up on my rig right now. I have the sound going through my tactile transducers to prevent it from going into sleep mode. I think that should be enough vibration. We're going to test that also. You can see in the bottom left corner, you're going to be able to watch that battery meter as this whole thing drains out in real time. It's at 100% right now. And I do have a power cable going to it right now. I'm going to disconnect that power cable. When I do, we'll start that timer. All right, so you see if I move the rig at all, the headset's jiggling there. All right, so let's bring up the timer. And ready, 3, 2, 1. There we go. One thing I do want to put on here is the mirrors. Let's get the mirrors going. I don't know why that didn't save. This is an AI race going on right now. Hopefully, again, this should be enough vibration that it should keep this headset going and not going into sleep mode. All right, so we're in 25 minutes in. Looks like the Oculus Quest 2 is down to 83% right now. Again, this is stock battery. We're using the Oculus Quest software to stream and connect. So there's really nothing going on here outside of the norm. All right, so we officially hit 10% battery life left in the Oculus Quest 2, and we are an impressive 2 hours and 3 minutes into this test so far. It's been honestly pretty eye-opening. See, we just dropped 9% there. So I don't think it has too much left in it. We're probably going to start getting some battery warnings. For instance, the side of the headset here, we do have the red light on, kind of signifying that, hey, the battery's low, like a little warning. There's probably going to be some warnings that are going to show up on the inside of the headset. Of course, we're not going to be able to see them, and we're just going to bypass that and let it go all the way till it stops. So we just dropped to 8%. Actually, that kind of dropped faster than I thought. That 2%. Normally, it seems to have been taking a little bit longer per percent than that. I'm actually surprised that it just dropped kind of like that. 2 minutes, 12 seconds in. We are down to 1%. Let's see. See if we can make it to 215. A nice and even 215. I'm watching the headset right now because I don't think it's going to really give me any warning besides the app disconnecting. That we're disconnected, but I can see that the headset's on. I can still see the lenses showing up. And that is it. It is shutting off. That's it. The light just shut off. And that is 2 minutes, 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 51 seconds, 0.463 for the stock battery. Wow. That's actually a good amount of time. I'm actually surprised at the amount of time that is, but let's get that battery pack on. Let's recharge this back to 100%, and let's try this again. Same conditions. See what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to begin the test with the VIOTEK battery. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner there, we do have the Oculus Quest 2 plugged in and charging. I'm about to hot swap this battery in, and then we're going to begin the timer. All right, so we're about to swap in this battery here. You can see if I move the chair at all, the headset is moving. All right, here we go. Battery's in, and we are going on the timer. All right, so I'll check back on this every half hour or so just to see how it's doing, and we'll kind of go from there. Okay, as we're creeping up on the 1 hour mark, you could see by the battery meter, let's make sure that's still visible. It is. Okay, we're only at 81% usage, well, 81% left. So that's 19% used within the hour. I do know from the literature on their website, it seems to be that the battery pack is going to deplete completely first before then we go completely on the internal battery on the Oculus Quest 2. I'm not exactly sure if that's 100% the case or how that actually works, but it does seem so far to be draining a lot slower than what we experienced with the internal battery pack. We're going to check back in a little bit later on and see how it's going. So far, it's looking pretty promising. All right, everyone. So we just crossed the 2 hour mark, and this is crazy because not long after here, the first test we did with just the internal battery in the Oculus Quest 2 died. So we're still at 71%. This is absolutely crazy. I'm a little bit worried I may not have enough time. Oh man, now I gotta figure out what I gotta do here, because this is gonna be a long video. All right, so we're gonna check in another half hour and kind of see what happened. I think once this battery pack itself dies, then we're gonna start seeing like a speed up of the internal battery sort of kind of getting drained and everything like that. Then it's gonna ramp quicker. This is probably the first maybe like 50% or so is probably slower because it's running off of both batteries, but once that battery dies, the VIOTEK, then we're probably gonna see the numbers start falling quite quickly. So they say it gives you an extra hour and a half, And I think it was at 212, maybe 215. I don't really remember exactly, being that this is day 2 of this test. That's how long we got on the stock one. So hopefully we get at least another hour, maybe hour and a half. Okay, so hopefully you all enjoyed that test and got some good information from it. I was actually surprised that the stock internal battery in the Quest 2, and this is not a brand new Quest 2, this one has been through the paces, actually got 2 hours and 12 minutes. I was actually pleasantly surprised. A lot of my live streams, a lot of my races are shorter than that, so to know that I may be able to do like a normal iRacing 45-minute GT3 race and actually not have an issue and not have to plug in a cable, that's actually pretty nice, pretty nice. And I was grateful for the opportunity to be able to do a full rundown test. This actually took me a few days of not only getting the methodology right, but actually getting the testing. So yeah, this definitely did take a long time, and I was glad I finally had the opportunity to do so. But plugging in the Zotac, the power bank here, actually got us to 3 hours 48 minutes. So not only did we nail the 1.5 hours of additional play time that Zotac actually says on their ad, which is surprising because nowadays a lot of things are estimated and you never hit that. I mean, I see it all the time. They estimate another hour and a half and you maybe get 45 minutes because the hour and a half is only in optimal temperatures and conditions, but we actually nailed it. We exceeded it a little bit. I would say it's within the margin of error, but I was pleasantly surprised. So from 2 hours to 3 hours, almost double the time, not quite there, but almost double the time. I feel that's absolutely awesome. Now, so this thing also weighs 1.97 ounces. A lot of people are concerned about, do you feel the weight when you put it on just one side of the headset like that? And that was one thing that I was kind of concerned too. Now it is pretty solid for what it is. I mean, it is a battery pack and you know, you are feeling some pretty good heft to it. It doesn't feel cheaply made or anything like that. You do feel that there is an additional amount of weight on the front. Now, again, I do have the Elite head strap by Oculus. This is not a third-party head strap. So you do feel that there is a little bit more mass, and you only feel it like when you're turning your head, you kind of feel that inertia a little bit. So it does feel like there is more battery in the front, but I don't really feel that it's pulling down on one side or the other. I kind of get a sense, because I know the battery is there, that maybe there's a little bit more mass on that side, but it's not really enough to bother me or distract me at all, which was really surprising. The Oculus Quest 2 and the Elite head strap really do a good job with distributing the weight, but you do get a sense that there is a little bit more weight in the front, but really it's not that bad at all. And also, being that this is attached directly to the USB-C port, we are eliminating any USB cables, which is the intended purpose and pretty nice. Okay, so let's talk about some of the pros and cons, starting with the cons with the Zotac power bank here. First thing I'm going to go over is probably the biggest con of this here, and it's that it has a micro USB charger port. Micro USB is being used on a lot of devices still, but it's slowly being phased out by USB. The main connector on here that is used to power the devices that you're intending on is USB-C. So I kind of feel it was a missed opportunity to really just have a USB-C port there to charge the device, or maybe to develop a cable that had a female end that you could just push this into and actually just have it charged through the same USB-C port. Also, the Oculus Quest 2 comes with a USB-C charger, so that's kind of a missed opportunity that you could just use the charger you already have to charge this device. It's a little odd that we have two different USB standards on one product. The other con I'm going to give it is the LED activity light, although I am glad that there is an LED activity light. I've seen just some really cheap power banks that don't have anything on it. When you do plug it in, it is facing the Oculus Quest 2, so you can't really see the activity light on there. Also, there is really no other means of knowing whether or not the power bank is drained or not. I mean, 3 hours and 48 minutes of gameplay is a pretty long time to be consistent in the headset, but if you do take the headset off and you want to just check your power bank and see how much juice you have left, there's really no way of indicating that besides that one LED. I don't know. Just being nitpicky. And the last one I'm gonna say is the color scheme. I kind of wish maybe they chose white for this side here, because the Oculus Quest 1 is a all black headset. The Oculus Quest 2 is an all white headset. It would have been neat to have black and white, being that they are marketing this as an Oculus Quest 2 or Oculus Quest power bank. It would be cool to have black and white, so that way it's kind of, you know, throwing back to the original Quest, but also matching the current aesthetic of the Quest 2. So I kind of feel like that was a little bit of a missed opportunity. I'm not really too excited about the color scheme here, but it doesn't bother me that much, to be honest with you. But if I have to bring a con up and I feel like any product can improve, that's one thing I would say. I kind of wish it was just black and white. Really not a big deal, but it's there. Let's talk about the pros. And the pros are huge. Number one, this thing is compact. I mean, it is a power bank without being too much of a power bank. I do have many 10,000 milliamp hour battery power banks that I take with me camping and things like that. I know some of these bricks can get quite big and have tons of different functions that you do not need in this use case. We just need to power one device. We don't need wireless charging or lights or anything like that. So it is a compact, purpose-built power bank specifically for powering your device. Nothing else, no extra features, no extra weight. It is what it is, and it works. They estimated an extra 1.5 hours of battery time. We nailed it with an extra 1 hour 36 minutes of battery time. So you are going to get exactly what you're seeing, and that was refreshing. Again, there's been many times, many battery items are saying they estimate that the battery life will be this, and that's only in perfect conditions, which my office is not. But we still nailed their estimated time on there, and I am very happy about that. That just shows they have a good quality battery in this. The other thing is, being that it's compact, it does have a good amount of solid weight to it. It does feel like it is constructed really well. I do like this protective plastic casing on the outside. It looks like it's really good, durable plastic. I could probably drop it and not expect it to break, but when you do add it to the front, it does add a little bit of weight to the front, but I don't feel like it's out of bounds or out of what I would feel is acceptable, knowing that I am putting a battery pack on the front because I'm about to engage in extended playtime. So whether I am sim racing, whether I'm in Resident Evil or anything like that, if I am knowing that I want that extra battery juice on there and I plug this in, I feel like that extra weight is really not that bad. I do wish maybe there was an extension to a bracket that I could maybe buy additionally to maybe mount it on the back, but there are several other battery packs that mount back there. This one is unapologetic in that it is just a quick sort of, you need juice now, throw it on, and it works. And I do appreciate that aesthetic and that purpose, and it fulfills that entirely. In the end, I do really like the D-Stack power bank. I could see myself using it for longer race sessions, longer stream sessions that I'm not gonna have to worry about now plugging in my headset anymore. I'm just gonna be able to just grab it and go and actually enjoy that freedom, which is absolutely awesome. There are many other power banks that are out there for the Oculus Quest 2, and this is not an ad at all. Again, this is just a straightforward review. This is my thoughts on it. They sent it to us to test here, and this is what I think. So I am gonna say there are several other power banks and different configurations and things you could do. I do have a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack here powering my phone. So I am aware of the many other things you can do. Again, if you're using one of those big power banks, then you're gonna have the USB cable going to your headset. That kind of defeats the purpose. But there's also many other power banks specifically for the Quest 2, some that have integrated it into the head straps, some that add on to the back of the existing head straps. I would love to try any of those and then do rundown tests and then compare all of these. I really would. I'm not discounting any of those, and I'm not saying that any of those aren't great because I haven't really tried those yet. But if you want to see that video, definitely leave it in the comment box below. I would gladly pick up a few other battery packs and just put them head to head with my 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack that I have on the desk right now here. But again, the D-Stack here I do feel would be an awesome stocking stuffer this coming holiday season. It's a small, quick, easy, straightforward battery bank that fulfilled exactly what it was intended to do. Everyone, I'm Crash, this is RTA Motorsports. Feel free to leave any questions or comments down below. Subscribe, hit that like button, hit that reminder bell so you're notified whenever I am making some more videos, hopefully giving you some more information, not only for your sim racing, not only for your VR, but just for your overall everyday life. Everyone stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.